What the fuck is good? Thank you for coming back to the channel. This is gonna be a massive episode, but before we get into it, boys, listen. Everyone wants to be a part of the Full Send family. Bro, how do I get a part of the Full Send family? Bro, how can I join the Full Send family? Coach, tell them how.
All you guys been hitting me up saying, yo, where can I get some merch? They want the merch, eh? I got the merch, but we can get you the merch, you know what I mean? Listen, I think they just released the new Happy Dad hats.
Yeah, there's some Happy Dad hats.
Camel, like I even need that one. I don't even have that one. I'm about to cop that one. What else?
Yo, Jay, let's show them what the fuck I got, all right? Boom, 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 boom. Boys, listen, fullsend.com, all your merch needs can get taken care of right there. Let's get into this episode.
They know that I go flip mode when I bust the rhymes. Man's on a different thing, man, I told him 100 times. I did a bunch of crimes, and none of them were done for the vine. So you can take that bullshit and stick that where the sun don't shine. The summer's up, it's about to get real cold. Late nights in the studio with the bros.
Welcome back to the MBH podcast, Money Buys Happiness, presented by Full Send. Woo, we're here, another heater. Listen, before we get into it, like the fucking video, subscribe to the channel. I'm not gonna say it again.
We probably will say it again.
Well, bro, get your fucking.
Whoa.
Bro, can you just get the mic in front of you?
Sorry, guys.
How many podcasts
I forgot
have
I
you
was
done?
on a pod here.
You're still going?
Yeah,
Jesus
my bad.
Christ.
I'm
Anyway,
here. I'm here.
Guys, an absolute legend in
A
front of us.
god, if you will.
Here we go.
A
Austin,
god, if you will.
AKA Ausgod. You guys probably know him like that. What's up, brother? How are you?
What's going on? Good. Thanks for having me on.
No, bro.
thanks for
Creative
coming on.
You
genius,
guys
bro.
have been like going crazy with these.
We go off.
Dude,
We go off.
yeah, we've been here filming a ton of them, just trying to roll through, and obviously like love just being in this atmosphere. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
It's sick here, right?
Oh, bro, we walked in. I'm just like, yeah, this is like fucking.
Yeah.
This is the spot.
It's like never really ever done. I don't know if the camera's like seen shit, but it's always
Just
kind
always
of a work
working
in
on it?
progress. Yeah.
Bro, it looks good to me.
Yeah, we're going for the man cave. This whole thing's like a projector thing for the games and
Okay.
shit. It's dope.
Oh yeah, because first of all,
there
I've
you
never
go.
seen a projector that big in my life. I didn't even know they came
Why
that
is that
big.
thing so big?
It's like a $10,000-$20,000 projector we play at like once.
Jesus Christ.
Stupid.
He's
Yeah.
there for show. It's like,
It's
yo, look at our projector.
And I was like, put the fucking projector up. I was like, all right.
All right, let's roll.
Yo.
Oh, but listen, man, you've been a part of the team for a long time.
Decent amount of time, yeah. I think I came in officially, moved to California in 2019.
But you had been doing work prior to that for the team.
Yeah, it's been like a. I started doing it remotely.
Okay.
I lived in Halifax for 2 years.
Okay.
And I was doing content for a brand called East Coast Lifestyle.
Nice.
Yep.
Right out of school, so I did the whole college university thing. I went to Guelph Humber.
Dope.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
We were shitting on Guelph Humber.
Learned absolutely fucking nothing.
No, I think we said there's no birds there. That's what
Yeah.
Kyle said, no?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And you don't
I
learn
mean,
much. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Jimmy Gambles actually went there too, believe
Did he?
it or not. So
Yeah.
that kind of furthers the point.
Okay.
Great people, but fuck, you know?
Great people, but fuck.
Yeah.
Where does your story start? When did you realize that you were creative?
Yeah, we want to
been-
go back. We
Yeah, we wanna go way
sure.
back.
Yeah, no, that's dope. When was I created? I mean, I've always been. I have a brother, a twin brother, and a younger sister.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and we've always been like the creative kind of group, I guess.
Okay.
Like we, rather than going outside and like doing shit, we'd be making like videos and skits, and our summers would be literally that.
Crazy.
It'd be making videos and then going down in our basement and just like playing with Lego like all fucking day. It sounds fucking lame
Yeah,
as
yeah.
shit,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know. I think like through that it was just kind of that's
Where it started, kind of.
yeah, that's kind of where
So
it
like,
started.
were you
I
all
think.
three of you creative? Like you all enjoyed it and all
Yeah.
passionate about it?
Yeah, so my brother is in the creative space. He actually has his own thing in Toronto, where he like buys and sells like clothing and shit. So he's got his own thing going on. My sister just got a job in this whole like marketing design shit too. So my
Sick.
dad does it. So it's always kind of been
It's in the blood. It's in the blood.
Yeah.
Okay, and you said you went to Guelph Humber.
I went to Guelph Humber. Yeah.
What'd you go for?
Went for digital communications as like the degree, and
Okay.
as the diploma, and then media studies was kind of what I was there for. But
Okay.
Canadian boy like us.
Yep,
Yeah.
Canadian.
I love it.
Dude, there's so many Canadians.
Yeah,
here.
this is just Canada in
Crazy.
here
I love
right
it,
now.
man. You know what? Sorry to go off topic, but we walked in here, bro, and I knew that like half of the people here must be Canadian because they're so fucking nice. Everyone was so nice to us.
Bro, we give visas out like it's fucking.
I know.
It's crazy.
Well,
I
send
could
them over,
tell.
man. Toss
Yeah.
them over here, bro.
Let
We'll
me
take
know.
them.
Crazy.
But
Yeah.
okay. Anyways,
Yeah, really.
back to what's good. So you went to school, obviously.
Yep.
How do you get involved here? I don't know if there's anything in between.
Yeah,
Kind of give me
yeah.
the rundown.
So I went to school. I did that for 4 years, and with that, I mean, it's kind of the typical thing. You want to go cover your bases, make sure you have the degree, diploma. There, I think I got degree and diploma in the 4 years, which is kind of why I went. The biggest thing I got from the whole thing was just being around like-minded people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People that care about the same things you care about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in high school and stuff, you'd see that a little bit too, but it wasn't as
Yeah, tight knit.
condensed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was doing that. A friend of mine, I don't know if you guys know him. He's bigger in the photography space in Toronto. His name's Drew York Slater.
Okay.
He does concerts and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
he's
gonna say Drew York.
Drew
Yeah.
York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
So he's my good buddy.
Cool.
I lived with him for 2 years, and he got me into shooting concerts, which is still something I fucking love.
Yeah.
You love it, eh?
Oh my god, it's crazy. I'm sure. Have you ever done concert shit? Yeah. It's just a rush because when you go to a concert, generally as a guest, I guess, you're in the crowd and that's dope because you're whatever partying with everybody, but when you're a photographer at a concert, you're in the press pit,
Yeah.
The
media
pit in
Yes.
front. Yeah.
and there's nothing between you and the person performing. So, dude, I shot some pretty crazy people, Mac Miller, his last show
Wow.
in Toronto before he
Holy
passed. Yeah, I was from me to you from Mac Miller.
That's crazy.
He's
Legend.
doing crazy shit.
Yeah.
I did some show with Majid Jordan.
Nice.
Did you ever do any of the music festivals?
Yeah, so Veld was my first festival.
Oh, okay,
which is
okay.
crazy.
Those are the classics.
How'd you land that one?
I think I started doing it for free, right? You just do it for these blogs, whatever, and you're
Yeah.
oh yeah, it gets you the access.
Yeah, which I want to talk about too, because
For sure.
I think content creators, we work with a lot of content creators as well on our side.
Yeah.
And I feel first of all, there's a lot of them. It's super. Maybe when you started, it wasn't that
Still
crazy.
pretty saturated.
Still
That's
pretty
the
sat-
Sam Colder.
And we always have this ongoing debate that when you're kind of building up your resume, you're gonna have to do stuff for free because you have nothing to show for.
Totally.
Right. And I guess you agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of university, college, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah.
I was around people that had the same interests as me, but it was also graduation day came and I had also been doing freelance and
Okay.
I did some stuff with the Humber Hawks basketball team. They were #1 in the country.
Yeah.
Did hold behind the scenes shit, whatever. I had a portfolio. I had shit.
Yeah.
Then you look at the guy that's sitting next to you that maybe got straight A's or whatever. He has one of his class assignments on his website.
To show for it. Yeah.
There's no I feel in this space you really need to have the drive and if you want to go do it, it sounds fucking cliche, but if you
I
want to
know.
go do it, it's gonna fucking happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because-
Yeah.
When you were when did you start freelancing? In high school or when in Humber?
Probably closer to the end of Humber.
Okay. And what you're saying is you pretty much were just reaching out saying, hey, I'll do this for you guys.
Yeah. So my first job out of school,
Okay.
literally, I had to fly back for graduation.
Okay.
Was with East Coast
Okay.
Lifestyle.
And that was when you were finished with Humber.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But at that point, you had a portfolio because you were doing shit for free.
Yeah. I had Mac Miller, a Mac Miller
That's
show
all you
under
need.
my
dude.
belt.
That's enough, though.
That's enough.
That's enough.
G-Eazy, Black, Lil Yachty, Rae Sremmurd, that kind of shit.
Oh, so you're
Besides
fucking
doing
good.
besides doing the free work, were you marketing yourself in any sort of way, using your socials? Were you doing anything like
My
that?
social wasn't big at all.
Yeah.
It's, as you guys know, it's fucking hard to grow
Yeah.
your shit.
Yeah, especially now.
Yeah, for sure. I think it was just I don't know, I'd make these little kind of videos with my friends, put them on Instagram. People kind of knew around, but it wasn't anything crazy.
Yeah.
I always had the dream I wanted to move to California since I was in the 5th grade.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Why, how did you know that early?
I don't know. I think you guys can attest to that.
Yeah.
California and Canada is kind of the goal for a lot of people.
Yeah,
You see
yeah.
it in movies.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
shit.
People with
So-
big dreams heading out there.
Exactly. The beach, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a vibe, I guess.
So how long have you been here now?
I've been here since 2019.
Okay, so now comparing it to Toronto as a creator,
Yeah.
Do you think it's much easier here to kind of get your name out there, as in, let's say, Toronto or anywhere near, let's say, GTA?
So I could compare that also with Halifax, because right
course.
after school I moved to Halifax
Okay.
and worked for this brand,
Which was probably like even
which
less
was
creators out there.
yeah. So you're a bigger fish in a smaller
Yeah,
pond kind
yeah.
of thing, which is kind of cool on a freelance side of things because that's a lot of referrals. I
course.
guess.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, oh yeah, Austin, he does our shit, he does this, whatever. The brand I was working for in Halifax was like on the bigger like end of things out there.
No, they're pretty big.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
still big in Canada. in
No,
general.
yeah, of course. East Coast lifestyle. I don't know what I'd be doing if I like that chain reaction of things, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what I would be doing right now if I didn't like reach out and like show my work to them. Like Alex McLean, he started by, launching this clothing brand in his university. And that just kind of grew to this crazy thing.
It
So it's like,
snowballed.
yeah, it's an inspiring story to hear. And I tried to make my little clothing company here, whatever. And it just wasn't a vibe really. And there was a school assignment that I had to do where I had to I had to interview like an entrepreneur or something like that. And instantly I was like, okay, I want to go for Alex McLean because
Yeah.
I just looked up to him.
That was your guy.
Yeah, exactly. So I reached out to other like backups and whatever. They were like, yeah, let's do it, whatever. And then I sent out a video that I did of Lil Yachty and Rae Sremmurd.
Dope.
It was like that was a crazy one too. It was me and Drew somehow were the only ones in the press pit on this list.
Wow.
There was some weird
That's
thing
crazy.
where all the other names got, so we were there the whole concert. Normally it's like you get the first 2 or 3 songs and
Okay.
then they kick you the fuck out.
Yeah.
We were there the whole show.
So you got all
like,
the content for that
wow.
show.
it, like I'm closer to like Lil Yachty, just like in his prime, like watching.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. Anyways, I sent him that video, and then he was like, "Yo, this is dope. Yeah, I'm down to do it." And I was like, "Fuck, man, maybe I should just kind of like take advantage of this and, do something that's not just calling him on the phone or doing an email back and forth." So I was like, "Hey, I'm down to do like a sit down interview with you if you have time." So I was in college, so I like used like the last of my like money, my pool money or whatever. Got a
All
flight
in.
out there during school and got like a hotel. And he picked me up, did this interview, and then that turned into like a behind the brand thing. I was there for 2 days shooting with him, which at the time was just like the craziest thing in my
Yeah,
head.
you
It
were
was the
loving
first time
it.
I ever did anything
Yeah.
like that, traveling to do what you like love doing. So I did that. That got like 1 million views on YouTube, and then
Okay.
he like wanted to get me on for other shit. Met Gary V in his like top of the top prime, and that got 1 million views. Then he brought me on, did that for 2 years, making content for him and kind of elevating his brand with that. And then I forget what we were talking about
But
before.
when now? Okay, so you're doing all
Yeah.
that. When is the NELK or the full send kind of connection?
Yeah. So, like I was saying before, with like the bigger ponds or whatever, Halifax is even smaller, right?
Yeah,
so
tiny.
being in Halifax and being like a creator that like kind
were
of
the
does a
guy.
lot of shit,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you do this, you do that,
Yeah.
whatever. So I did that, and I had a full-time job. I did freelance.
Wow.
At
What were you doing for work? Full-time work. Your full-time job.
Full-time work was East Coast lifestyle.
Okay.
So
And
I
then
was-
freelance on the
I was
side.
doing content creation full-time.
Yeah.
And then I'd come home on the weekends and shit. I'd be doing like videos for brands and shit around. And then I did some work for Viral Nation. They're like a big
Yep.
one in
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Toronto. I was flying to like Dubai. I was going to fucking Miami.
That was all like festivals and
California.
stuff, right? Or no?
I did something with like PUBG Mobile
Okay.
was
Okay.
way back.
Okay.
I don't know. At that point, it was like I did Aston Martin and shit. At
Yeah.
that point, it was like, okay, just like fly me to these places so I can get this content.
Yeah.
I'm still in that mindset.
And you were
right?
like open-minded, like to shoot anything at that point.
Basically, yeah, but like
Were you ever like, I only want to shoot this kind of stuff?
honestly, not really. It's just kind of like I got lucky, and it was like, hey, we need you to go shoot a recap of Car Week in California with Aston Martin. You down?
How are you gonna say no?
And I was like,
Imagine like, nah.
yeah,
Let me think about. I'm not a
down,
big
you know?
fan of Aston Martin.
Yeah, so I was like, sick. This is cool.
Yeah.
And
No,
now
I'm
I've
just
shot-
asking because sometimes on the come up of content creators,
Yeah.
they like to focus, let's say, on one thing, which in their ideal mind is their niche, right? Let's say they
Sure.
love concerts, right? But I feel like to build that resume, you're gonna have to kind of try out a few things because you might be good at it, or someone might want to pay you for those things while you're doing your passion for free, you know?
Totally. Yeah. No, I definitely respect people that, you know, if you love shooting concerts and that's your main thing,
Yeah.
and that's what you love doing and standing by that and not doing anything else, I respect that.
But you
for
got to make
sure.
money too.
But it's like, I didn't really like know what I wanted to do in terms of, like, I knew I wanted to make videos
Okay.
and create content or whatever.
Yeah.
I just didn't know what for. Like, is it industry shit? Is it furniture? Is it like concerts? Whatever. TV. I don't know. So I just kind of took everything that came and through that kind of made like this brand. That's when I started the Ausgod thing
Yeah.
up. That was my freelance thing.
Was that always the IG name? Or did that get changed
no.
up?
So that changed when I came to California.
Oh,
So-
okay.
Everyone thinks it's like me, like being like, oh yeah, I'm the god.
I'm
whatever.
the god.
But it's actually the first 3 letters of Austin, and then the first 3 of my middle name, which is Godefriedis. It's Dutch.
Just
Okay.
fits perfectly though.
And the handle was open, so I was like, fuck, this is
It's a
dope.
good handle, dude. That's a good handle.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's how that came. But
Okay. Then you became Ausgod.
Yeah. But yeah, I know
Okay.
I'm going all over the
No,
place.
I think
here, but
okay. So you're in Halifax.
yeah.
You finish up there. You're going to California after that.
Well, no, you're working.
So I'm working. Yeah, sorry. So I was working a full-time job doing content.
Okay.
Freelance.
Okay.
And then I went to a bar one night, and one of my friends was like, "Hey, like NELK's looking for an editor or whatever." I was like, "Who's
You didn't
NELK?"
know
Like-
them, right?
Like I didn't
Okay.
know really, but so I was out the rest of the night, came home, looked them up, and I was like, "Oh, I've seen like a lot of these videos. I
Yeah.
saw like the Coke prank and
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah.
The thing's got like 30 million
Crazy
views.
one.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
crazy one.
So I was like, okay, sick. So I was a little like buzzed. I was just like sending my links, you know, concert stuff, brand stuff I've done, whatever, vlog stuff, and didn't really think anything of it. I was like, hey, sending shit your way. And then I waited a couple days and got something back where they were like, hey, we want you to do like a test episode for us. So like, okay, cool, whatever. So cranked that out in like a night. Kind of like the way we have our videos now, which is like vlog, little B-roll.
So they sent you
Right.
everything, and then you put it together.
Yeah, so they sent me like a bunch of their footage on a timeline.
Cool.
And then it was kind of like, make something out of this.
Nice.
Oh, so you actually kind of, let's say, created the format,
Yeah.
the OG format.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that's a fucking massive piece of building the brand, right? And
Yeah,
building,
so the main reason why they were looking for editors at the time was because that's when they first launched fullsend.com.
okay.
That's when it was just like exclusive videos on fullsend.com like time ago, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So didn't think anything of that. And then they're like, hey, we want you to come on and like just edit our videos remotely, because I was still in Halifax. They were in Toronto. And I was doing that like every week. So now I'm doing full-time job,
Freelancing.
freelance,
NELK.
and NELK as like a full-time thing.
Dude.
Jesus Christ!
So-
You're probably
But you were
making good money,
you were
though.
loving it though. You were
Yeah,
loving
Yeah,
it.
it was good. It was good. I mean, it wasn't anything like too crazy. Like, you know.
But at the time,
Yeah, yeah. of
Did,
course.
did your
loving it.
full-time job know about the other stuff you were
Yeah,
doing?
yeah, yeah,
They were
for
cool
sure.
with it?
Yeah, they've always been super, super like amazing.
I mean,
with-
if you get their shit done, you're probably like, oh, just do whatever. after.
exactly,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was like a 9 to 5 job, right?
Okay.
So after work, I'd kind of work on that as well. But I liked doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
And I
different when
think
you love
that's-
it.
That's the thing, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
So you're pretty much now you're doing all of those 3 things.
yeah.
At what point is it like, okay, is it like this is too much for me, or is it like Kyle being like, hey bro, like you got to come with us full time? Like
Yeah.
what's the kind of the next move?
So from there, I started doing. I did the fullsend.com ones, and then Kyle was like, "Hey, like, it was the first Post Malone video we ever did that went to YouTube."
yeah.
He's like, "Hey, like, I want you to do fullsend.com video and our YouTube video." So I was doing two NELK videos a week
Holy shit.
remotely.
That's
and
crazy.
you know how that shit works.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's Sunday. We need it up for Monday.
Yeah.
So here you go. you know.
All right.
But again, it was fun, and I kind of like made the format of what it is, I guess, today. It was more simplified back then, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So I was doing that, and then they stopped using me for a little bit. I think because, at that time they were still kind of like sleeping in people's like fans' houses. And shit.
Yeah.
So to pay an editor, it's a lot. I get that.
Of course.
And then at that point, I was kind of making more money with like one freelance job than I was with
Your
my
9 to
full-time
5. Oh my god.
job in like a week kind of thing.
Damn.
So you're kind of like balancing that out a little bit. And then, I knew I wanted to kind of like make my own brand a bit too. So I left East Coast at that point. All good blood, no bad blood at all. They've all been super supportive of me since, which was awesome. But and then Kyle calls me. He's like, "Yo, I want you to come move to California, and I want you to like lead our videos and creative and shit like that." This was before they started doing merch, but I remember it wasn't anything like too crazy yet.
Yeah.
So I moved there, and I was kind of hesitant too, because like at that point I was doing freelance.
Making
and
good
like
money.
just like growing my own
Yeah,
brand, you
yeah.
know? So it's like kind of putting that to the side and taking this on. But I was like, you know what? I wanted to move to California my whole life. I think this is like
This is
the
my chance.
opportunity,
Yeah.
It's dope content, dope people. And I just kind of went for it. It's like,
Crazy. So you just pick up. You're like, all right,
yep.
LA.
Basically, yeah. So
Damn.
flew there. The day I flew there, I was already editing a video we were putting up. I was like, here we go. This is the start of something. But yeah, and then I lived in the Cloud House when they were living in the Cloud House.
How was
if you guys
that?
know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah. How was that?
I think I probably had the best, like, welcome to LA experience,
Yeah.
Yeah.
In what
That's really
sense?
crazy.
In what
Like-
sense?
Like, it was just, I feel like it's kind of underwhelming when a lot of people come.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, LA, and then you see it, and you see like homeless people like shitting on the sidewalk and shit. It's like,
Literally,
oh,
yeah.
this isn't as dope as I thought it maybe
Yeah.
was.
But you got to see the top right away.
Dude, yeah, you're you're in this fucking penthouse in the hills, and there's parties, crazy parties, influencers,
Yeah.
celebrities. I can't name the name, but like, the first Hollywood party I go to, this guy opens the door, a Disney star, and he's got like a tray of blow. I'm like, holy
Wow.
fuck, we're in LA.
Yeah,
guys.
this is
Welcome
it.
to LA.
Yeah. So it's just it was crazy.
People that like you maybe thought you'd never even
Yeah.
see in your life.
It was just like weird.
Now you're like
Yeah.
partying with them, drinking with them, like
Yeah. It was just like a weird thing. But like obviously an amazing experience.
for sure. What
Were
a
you,
welcome.
Were you cool with like leaving home? Like I guess you were just down at that point.
At that point,
it
I
tough?
already left.
Cause Halifax.
But before that, I even left my home to be in school, and then I
True,
left.
true,
So
true.
I've already been kind of like used to that.
Yeah.
So that transition was fine, but yeah, it was cool to just like, it was my first time kind of like directing, I guess, like a group of people.
Mm-hmm.
And because at that point, I think they wanted me on just as an editor, but then I kind of transformed more, I guess, into leading the overall creative and like
Yeah.
filming. And, we'd go on the Europe tour and we'd go on all these different things. And yeah.
So when you got there, you made the move to LA.
Yep.
How many people outside of the talent, let's say like Kyle, Jesse, and whoever, like how many people were you working with? Like what did the team look like at that point? Because now it's obviously
Yeah.
can't compare.
So at that point, when I first got to LA, it was me, Adrian, who was our filmer, and Alex DiTomaso. He edits all of Steve's videos.
stuff, yep.
Yeah.
It was the three of us. And we made all of these videos. We were the only filmers. We were the only editors. We were the only people planning. And, like, dude, I don't know, like, how we even did it. Like, we were working every single day.
I believe
all
it.
day.
It was
Yeah.
crazy.
You guys were doing top to bottom, like the creative behind the video, everything.
Everything.
Wow.
When the
And I guess
merch
that was
came-
new for you, in a way,
Um,
or were like because you were used to editing a lot more, or
I was used to editing for sure, but like I always was good at video stuff as well. Just
okay.
I don't know, like I'm sure a lot of like editors / filmers out there, when you're like filming shit, you kind of know how you're gonna edit it.
Yeah,
So there's a little
that
bit
makes
more
sense,
of
yeah.
that,
I want to bring it back a bit because
Sure.
I feel like there's a lot of creators out there that have trouble deciding whether they want to stay freelance or join, let's say, a brand or an agency or anything like that. And you've seen both sides of it,
Yeah.
right? So would you be able to tell us like some of the pros and cons of both?
Yeah, I mean, like, working for yourself is dope in the aspect where you get to pick your own hours.
Yeah.
You're your own boss. You're not really answering to anybody. You're like doing your own thing, you know?
Okay.
The other cool thing about freelance is you kind of get out of it what you put into it.
It's up to you. Yeah, it's
You
really
know?
up to you at the end of the day.
Yeah, and it's like if 1 month you're like, hey, my goal is to make this much money, I want to do this, and you have the drive and you have the passion to do it,
Yeah.
you can make that much money. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, it's true.
totally
The
possible.
opportunities are kind of endless in a
It's
way.
it comes down to time and how much effort you want to put into it. But the negative side of that and the positive side about being with the company is you have no overhead,
Yeah.
really. And you're kind of you get to work with other people. Sometimes with freelance, it's kind of on the slower end of things. You could have an amazing month, and then you could be like almost like dead broke the next
Yeah,
month. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
So up and down.
Like with COVID, I don't know how people really did that. Like when you couldn't really like see people.
Yeah.
I don't know how people were like, you know, you guys with podcasts, you can kind of keep your distance and shit.
course.
But
Yeah.
like when you got to go film with people, it's
Yeah.
like a whole other.
Did you guys get a lot of slack for that? Like, because I know that from a creator standpoint, or like let's say like a channel,
Yeah.
like it was pretty much like NELK felt like the only guys like that were just pumping like the same amount, if not more, content out, and obviously you're a big part of that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys get slack for that?
We didn't get slack for that. I would say like the way I like to look at it is we were making content for the people that like couldn't really go do anything. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It
Mhm.
wasn't easy.
Yeah.
Like a lot of our shit is pranking people. So
Yeah.
like you couldn't like go prank people really. So we had to like think of like certain ways. I know I filmed multiple merch promos where there was like no people. So like
Damn.
Which is weird,
Try doing
yeah.
that, you know?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was like flat lays, but like holding
Okay.
shit in your hands,
Cool
and, like,
edits
you
and
know,
stuff, yeah.
whatever. So it's just like finding ways to do that, and we were traveling, but I mean, I don't know. It all kind of paid off in the end, where I get DMs from kids, and this goes into a whole other thing, but I get DMs from a lot of kids that are like, "Yo, like you guys like helped me through a lot
I'm
of
sure you
shit."
do,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Like I've had kids DM me saying, "Yo, like you guys saved my life during this pandemic."
Wow.
Yeah, I
Like-
believe it. I believe it.
Like for you guys get to meet new people and you guys get to travel around. Same with us, but like there's a lot of kids that, you know, they're working from home. They're in like their mom's basement,
Yeah.
which is fine. But like, there's not a lot more you can go do. I can't imagine that. Like I would get depressed.
No
doing that.
interaction like with
You know what I
people.
mean?
Yeah.
So it's cool to have that outlet of like the videos we were putting out. I think, and
I'm curious, like, again, like, let's say, you know, when you first got there to LA, there's just a couple guys you're working with on the creative team.
Mhm.
Like, fuck, I know 2019 doesn't seem that long ago, but the growth since 2019 has just been exponential. Like, it's
Sure.
been insane, right? So maybe just kind of your take on it and, you know, being a part of it. And, like, you know, I feel like when you stepped in, and it's like, again, since 2019, the growth has been crazy. So, like, what has that been like, you know, from your side of things?
Yeah, witnessing that.
Yeah.
like witnessing the growth.
Yeah.
When I first came on, they had already kind of had a following, obviously.
For sure.
And you know, that's the other cool thing about NELK. It's like the core fan base is the craziest thing I've
Yeah.
ever seen, and
Yeah.
you can tell people about that, but until you see like a fucking meetup,
Yeah.
like it's absolutely.
Were you like
insane.
overwhelmed like the first time?
Yeah, I mean, like when I first came on, that's when it like slowly started growing,
Yeah.
and then I think the other cool thing about our growth was just kind of making the storylines. That's when like we had MTV Pat, and like he didn't really like 9-0 or like whatever, and then like
It's like
Brad
everyone had a
would, like,
character. Yeah, they were.
we like really like that's when we
Yeah.
really made the whole character thing.
Yeah.
And Salim came on, amazing, whole Satchel thing. Just like making that story. I love like it's cool to have shit that's just like funny or like cool, but even with like montages and like it's nice to have that storyline, you know,
Yeah,
something
yeah.
people can follow. It's
yeah,
like an
so you like
episode.
creating that. You like creating.
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Well, it gave people that whole, like, you know, every week, this day, this time, the video's coming out, and it's, although it may be like a different thing, there's sort of a continuation
Sure.
because of the characters, right?
Yeah. Now Gabe and shit, we have him. He's just like what? Like
Yeah.
everybody has a role.
No,
Yeah.
it's sick. It's
It's
sick.
not just like fucking around, drinking, and
Yeah.
doing pranks. Like
How do you think your role has grown throughout since you started, and what do you see in the future for yourself here at NELK as well?
I feel like when I first came on, like I was saying, it was more of like an editor, but then I like transformed more into video / edit, and then we have merch, and then our merch was like starting to do really well, and just kind of creating the vibe behind everything. I think that's when I turned into more of like, I guess, if you want to call it, a creative director of
god.
the brand.
The god.
I hate like using that word. It sounds so like whatever.
Oh, we're fucking
But
with you.
no. But like creative,
Creative director.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's
No
like
one,
you're
no one
directing
ever
a whole-
wants that. No one ever wants that
Well,
title.
it's like okay, all right.
What is your day to day like now?
It's always changing.
Yeah.
Like all of us here have like so many different hats. It's crazy.
Yeah.
People think we're like a 50-person team, whatever, 100-person team. We're not.
It's because the amount of brands underneath and the content. I think that people are like, this thing's probably
Sure.
No, but
yeah.
everybody in here has said that. Everybody we've asked, where
fucking
we're like,
crazy.
"Hey, what's your role?" And it's like, okay, like yeah, I do a bit of this, a bit of that, but at the end of the day, I'm kind of just like, every day is a new day, and every day I'm doing something completely different.
Like today, it's like, okay, we have a video coming out on Monday, so I'm working with Sean and Bassett and Matt, and we're chopping down 12 hours of footage and condensing it into this
Jeez.
thing, you know.
12 hours.
For a while, when we were doing every Monday, it was like we had to do that like on the road. Like we brought like these big Macs to the fucking Amazon rainforest so we can chop shit, because like a laptop can't really handle that.
Yeah.
You know, so just like having a team of people, whatever. So I've been like today, for example, I've done that. We're doing a I don't know if we can say it here, but we're doing a collab with Prince and Happy Dad,
Wow.
like tennis.
Dope.
So
Come
we're doing a
on.
photo shoot in their studio for that.
That's Grutman's brand, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
part of it. He's the creative director of that.
Oh, there you go. Creative directors everywhere.
Yeah.
Dope.
And then obviously this, which is amazing. But then we also have the merch, coming up with different like ideas what we're gonna do.
So do you get involved in the merch side too?
yeah.
Dope.
Totally. Yeah. I'm
Jack
very
of all
much in that.
trades.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit.
When it comes to like the skill set that you have, like editing and that sort of thing, were you self-taught or is that something you learned in school?
In high school, we had like a media
Okay.
course.
I'm asking
Shout
that
out
because
Mr.
like
Drake.
for creators like nowadays, let's say like you're 17, 18 years old.
Yeah.
Do you think that they can be self-taught, like YouTube and those kind of things can teach someone all those skills instead of going to school?
Totally. I had in school in university, we had like this one like video editing thing, but it was one of those things where like the teacher was old and it's like, dude, like what?
Yeah,
are you
I'm not
doing?
trying to be like, I don't want to.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
Kyle has said this point in the past too. It's like, you know, they're professors, and they're teaching you, but at the same
They
time,
didn't
it's
do
like they didn't fucking do it.
yeah.
And like no hate to them.
Of course, professors are killing it. They're making lots of money, but
Of course,
yeah.
but it's like
No,
no
tons of hate.
offense, but like
No, but yeah. I think even in business, you see that a lot, business classes and
You
stuff
know what
like
I
that. You're
mean?
talking to someone about building a
Well,
brand
the
and you're
thing
like,
is,
I didn't build one before.
If they
Yeah.
were not even that, like okay, like let's say a business teacher, like if you had a successful business, you probably wouldn't be a teacher. No? I don't know. Just saying. I'm just saying.
unless it's something you love doing, that's cool
Yeah,
too.
which probably well,
we
you know,
love
anyways,
all the
won't say
teachers
that.
out there.
But-
we
but-
love
but
you. We love you all.
I have a question for you. I want to just go back quickly because you were saying for a video you're chopping up 12 hours of footage into what, like 18, 20, 25 minutes
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
sometimes.
How, like is there sort of a process that you stick to and a structure when in doing that, or is it like how does, like, just walk me through that?
I can't imagine going through 12 hours, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy. So thank God now we have like a lot more people to help out with that, but it's always kind of changing.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm chopping, sometimes I try not to because I'm doing all this other stuff. But, you know, Bassett, for example, we brought him on initially to do stuff with Kyle and film Kyle, and then he transferred into what? Just like helping us with the NELK videos and chopping, and then he went back to filming Kyle, and now he's helping with the podcast. And so it's just like we're kind of like always moving around. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But you get to
Many
learn so
hats,
much
you know?
too when you do that.
It's cool. Yeah. But yeah, on that end of things, it's like not that Bassett isn't talented. He obviously is, but In terms of like when I hire people, like we just brought this guy, Josh, on.
Okay.
And he edits all the podcasts, and he helps chop all of our NELK shit. His last job was working at Ralph's, which is like a grocery store.
Wow.
You know what I
Crazy,
mean?
yeah.
But like, it's like I'd rather hire somebody that worked there and has the work ethic.
Yeah.
And like that guy will like, if I said, yo, Josh, come in, we need to like crush this edit and it needs to be done tonight. He'll be here till tonight. And that's just like he's not going to complain.
Yeah.
That's what I need. If somebody worked at Netflix, but it's like,
Oh,
the
yeah, here
ego's
we go.
fucking around.
Yeah.
You need someone teachable and someone that's down to fucking
Coachable,
grind.
yeah.
You know what I
definitely.
mean?
Especially
so
with
if,
what you guys
if
do.
you guys are looking for more creators, are you the one kind of going out there and scouting?
Yeah, so I mean, we're always looking for like we started our new MMA channel.
Yeah.
Happy Dad's always growing. We have our supplements. We have a lot of different things going on, and we make all the content for that as well. So yeah, we're always looking for.
How do
new people to come
you
on.
try and look for them? Like what do you look for? I mean, I'm sure a lot of people reach out to begin with.
Yeah. I've tried on like my Instagram and shit, but a lot of the
Like
times,
posting on your story, like
Yeah, but then you have people from like Australia being like, dude, I'll jump on a plane right now, you know, which is dope. But it's
Yeah.
like we need someone like local.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I try to go a bit more local. Sometimes it's like friends of friends. That's how we've hired like Sean, Jason, like all of those guys. So that's been
someone
good,
who
but
knows somebody and
yeah.
Was there a piece of content that you created in the past when you were like maybe earlier on that you were just like, yo, I'm fucking good, bro. Like I'm good. Like what was the rush you got when you were creating that? Like you know what I mean? Was it the after, like someone watching your video being like, damn, or was
Yeah.
it like you actually doing it?
No, but was there one specific? I'm curious. Was there one specific video where you're like, "Holy fuck!" Like this was like
Yeah.
an art piece.
Honestly, I think it's more like those movie NELK videos we make. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw like the wine tour videos.
Dude, legendary videos, legendary.
So
yeah, with
so,
Steve
so,
and
yeah,
Nigel.
so,
Okay.
So
Yeah,
the whole like thing was like we'd go to like a wine tour.
Okay.
We started one in Napa. So we went to like a Napa like wine tour. All of us dressed, even the camera guys dressed in white, dress shirts, whatever. We're there for like a wedding party, and then it progressively gets more insane. By the end of it, you're just wearing the wine. It's like kind of like it's like a little bit like cringy because it's just so like awkward. But
Yeah.
that's probably one of my favorite videos. And then we do the trilogies, but those kind of ones where you really get to like test the creativity
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
you know Bigfoot, that shit. But it's cool that like a lot of the times we'll sit here and we'll like watch the videos,
Yeah.
you know, and like just like seeing everybody's reaction.
That's
is kinda
what you
cool.
like to see. Yeah.
Is that when you guys use the fucking $20,000
that's on the projector?
projector or what?
Yeah, or to watch the Leafs lose. But
Yeah,
that's-
well,
that's,
we won't go there. We won't go there.
Did you ever think you'd be here?
Like here.
Here, right here.
I don't know.
No. What like when you were younger? I guess you were just going with the flow. Just kept creating when you had the opportunity, and just
I'm
saw
gonna
where it
be
took
honest. Like, I don't really even think of it as like a. Oh, look at me now. This is so. Like,
course.
and I'm kind of like guilty of that sometimes too. Where like sometimes you want to just like appreciate the
Of
shit you
course.
have, you know. But I don't do that a lot, which
Yeah.
might be a kind of a fucked up bad.
I mean, you're
thing.
probably
I don't
busy
know.
a lot too.
Yeah, but
so-
it's probably because you're working, bro. It's
Yeah.
hard. It's hard to like take that step back and be like, "Holy shit,
For
look
sure.
where I am." When you're here till fucking 2 a.m. chopping up a video for the next day, right?
Yeah, like I mean, when we first moved to this office, there was nothing in here, and I didn't have an apartment in Orange County yet. I would like sleep on the floor on like a piece of cardboard.
Come on.
Because like, oh yeah, like in the editing room, right, Cape? It's fucked. It was
Wow.
fucked. Well, because like it has to go up.
Yeah,
it has to go up.
Yeah, if it's gotta go, it's gotta go.
Yeah. But
Okay, in terms of, I guess, are you here more in the office now, like full time, or do you travel with the boys? Like, or is it kind of depending?
it's a little bit depending. I try not to go out to like the pranks as much because there's a lot of other shit I could kind of be doing.
Yeah.
But when it's more of like the movie like type things where there's a lot kind of on the line and you know stories go certain ways, I like to kind of like be there for that and help, you know, direct, but also like have the context for when I'm editing. You know,
Yeah.
like that's the worst thing when it's like all right, here's all the footage and you have no fucking idea what
Idea,
happened.
like nothing, no
You know what I
context
mean?
at all.
So that's tough.
I like to ask this question. I think I've pretty much asked everybody that we've had on the pod. what is Kyle like as a boss? Technically, he's your boss, right?
Yeah.
What is it like? What is it like having Kyle Forger as your boss?
I'm sure Gabe's answer was like really like, oh my God, he's the best. Huh?
Got emotional with Gabe, yeah.
Oh, really?
Not too much.
Yeah.
Putting you on the spot, eh?
No,
Just
no,
letting
no,
you know.
no. It sounds cliche. He's honestly like probably one of the smartest people I know, and like that doesn't come off a lot with our videos, especially back in the day when it was like, yo, it's fucking sin, like Rona season, all that shit. He's like the real deal. And it's yeah, his business mindset, his creative mindset, like sometimes he'll even like grab the computer and he'll just be like editing a prank.
Wow.
Like, cause that's how he started, right?
Yeah.
Like he used to edit all of the shit. So sometimes he'll even like just start editing it, cause he like knows the vision of how he wants it to be.
Yeah.
Which is kind of how I'm starting to kind of like view things as well. Cause sometimes I need to like delegate some shit, and I know it's like maybe not exactly what I'm thinking, but like it's close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on that end, he's like awesome. Yeah, just like knowing. I'd say like that's the craziest thing about Full Send too, is Kyle just knows when to jump to the next vine, like the next branch. He's not stuck on the one branch for too long, you know, which is a really cool thing to see, like switching up our content to switching up our merch to, you know, oh, let's make this alcohol brand, but let's not white label it. Let's like make it our own fucking thing, you know, like we started this whole thing out being the underdogs, and like, you know, now we're at a point where like we're more successful, but we're still all about our fans. And like, I don't know, Kyle's just like he knows what he's doing.
I feel like it's always an underdog mentality kind of as well.
For sure. But like it's like we're doing good, you know.
Yeah,
and
of
like our
course.
fans are like the reason obviously why we're here.
Yeah.
And he knows that. He understands that, you know. He appreciates that, which is really cool. So
Have you always kind of been given like the creative reins, like to sort of like do what you thought was cool from a creative perspective?
yeah, I mean, again, Kyle is the mastermind behind like literally everything, and I'm not just saying that, like it's actually extremely true. For every video, he's kind of the catalyst behind making every thumbnail to title to fucking, you know, idea of all the pranks we're doing. He's like the final like, okay, check, we're doing this, we're doing this. So yeah.
Have you guys ever butt head on anything? Where it's like, bro, trust me, this is what it needs to be.
He's sometimes like, bro, trust.
That's all you need to hear, bro. Trust.
Yeah. It's like, fuck. Okay. No, I think all of us are like a really, really good team, and just how we work with each other. Sometimes Gabe has ideas too, and you know, we just bring everybody's ideas into one thing. And sometimes we'll have, you know, an assistant that has a good idea, and it's like, yo, that's awesome, thank you so much for that, like that's great, and then we make that into something. It's not like an ego thing here. There's no ego.
No, you don't even feel it at all, to be honest.
I can attest to that 100%. We walked in here, bro. People probably have no idea who the fuck we are, and everyone was cool as fuck. It was so nice. You could tell there's no ego in this office.
There's no like when the camera's on, like we're different people. Like
it's exact same.
It's how it is.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I love that. I think that's what like keeps things rolling here.
Yeah.
If people are so connected because you guys are just being open and honest and transparent in everything you do, from the videos to the brands you guys are behind. So it's crazy to see. It's incredible, honestly. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I want to ask you, just as a creative, like, is there any times when you just can't be creative? When you're like, yo, like right now, it's just not the time. And then how do you get out of that?
That's a really good
Because
question.
like you're probably being creative all fucking day. You know what I mean? Like you're just being creative, and then there's gonna be a time where you're like, you know what, I'm not feeling it. My mind's not there. Maybe you're just not feeling it.
So
how do you
like,
get out of it?
Yeah, in terms of like video stuff, I like to, with my whole team, just kind of not be like, okay, you got to come in at 9, you got to leave at 5, you know, whatever.
Okay.
Like, you take the time when you can take the time. It's very project based. I think like Google and shit even does that. You know, it's like, I understand too that like there's some people work better at night, and some people work better in the morning, and some people can kind of do both.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just kind of let people do what it is they want to do in terms of that, because yeah, again, it's very project based. There's no like clock in, clock out. And I think that kind of keeps the energy alive here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If everybody was like waiting for the 5 o'clock. Like, it's like,
Yeah,
I've
it's
been
like-
there, I've done that, you know.
It's like, guys, we need this done by this date. However, whenever it gets done, just make sure it's done. type of thing.
exactly. And like, in terms of editing, there's sometimes when I'm like, fuck, like Sean, he's like my like assistant editor. He's a beast. Sometimes I'm like, dude, like I gotta go home. It'll be like 4 o'clock or something, you know. But then we'll come back in, and we'll come back in early, and we'll stay till like 4 a.m. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because once you're on a little bit of
Yeah,
a
you got the
roll
momentum
too,
going. Yeah.
yeah, you have to be like wanting to be in.
Do you
that
have like
space.
a perfect environment to work in? Like, do you like being alone? Do you like being with your team when you're trying to strategize?
Low
or create?
lights, get the fuck
Get
in.
some music going,
You
maybe
know,
some
is there
piano. Like,
something?
what's going on?
Yeah. All the guys always make fun of me. I love candles.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Big
It's like
candle
this
guy,
weird
eh?
thing.
Gotta get you some candles, yeah?
Gabe's shaking his head. No, I love like the vibes of places. So our office always has like these like neon lights. You
Yeah.
know, it's a vibe.
It's
'cause-
vibey.
Yeah. Like fuck the 9 to 5 like office-y
Yeah.
kind of shit. Yeah. I wouldn't say I have to edit in that. Like
Yeah.
sometimes we're editing on the road, or sometimes like I said, like we'll be in the Amazon on a fucking like boat. Like you're just kind of like, you know,
Where the
moving
fuck are the
around.
candles?
Yeah. I don't know.
That's cool. Candles. I never heard that one. That's
I-
cool.
Yeah, it's weird. It's
I
weird.
guess it's like soothing too, right? Like it's just like calming.
I don't know. It's weird.
Just like seeing
it's
fire. I
weird.
don't
I'm curious. Is there? That's funny. Where are the fucking candles, right?
Yeah.
No. I'm curious. Is there anything that you like? Are there any goals you have? Anything that you're kind of looking forward to? Let's say in the next 5-10 years you want to accomplish. Let's say under the umbrella, outside of the umbrella, personally. Like, is there anything that you're looking towards?
I get that question a lot. I don't know. Like, Full Send is just a brand that isn't like anything else, and I'm super biased, and I'm sure some people probably think this is bullshit, but it's just like there's no limit to what it is.
It's
we
like a
can do.
never ending. Yeah.
Like Kyle be like, "Yo, we're starting a supplement brand.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go," and it's gonna be the best fucking supplement
Yeah.
brand anyone's
Yeah.
ever seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Happy Dad's one of the biggest in the world on social media, like of all alcohol.
Wow.
Don't quote me on that, but I think that's still true.
Probably.
But just so like, you know, there's no fucking ceiling to what it is we can do.
Yeah.
And I don't know, with like a company like, think of the best fucking media company like Netflix or something.
Yeah.
Like there is a ceiling there, you know. There's ceilings to all these other things. So I think we have this like cool thing going on with Full Send, and I want to be here and I want to help this grow into like the biggest fucking thing that anyone's ever really.
Yeah, be a part of the empire.
Yeah.
Dude, I think I said this to Kyle when we had him on a couple months ago. Like, why can't this shit be bigger than Disney? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Why not?
Totally.
Which is like, when you have a team of people who actually believe in that, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, I see no ceilings here. I can totally agree with you on
It's
that.
cool too, like the access we have, the people we know, like it's crazy.
Insane. You probably met people that you never would have imagined.
Yeah,
Your
it's
parents
cool.
probably like, bro, how the fuck? Like,
That's cool. But it's something you, like Full Send, if you want to look at Full Send as like a brand or like a motto or whatever, it's just something everybody can relate to, you know?
yeah.
It's just, I don't know, like my dad fucking wears Full Send.
I mean,
I'm
in
his
one way or
son, but,
another,
like,
you can
still.
relate. Yeah, through the merch, through Happy That one way or another, you
It's
can
just-
relate.
You know what I mean? So
Is there any project that you would like to see come to life?
I want to make a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Let's
I
think
fucking
that'd be sick.
go.
That's like fucking
But
top
I-
tier.
I see that.
Yeah.
I see that for Happy Dad probably in the
Like
near
a
future.
dope one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see it happening.
That's like one of the nearer goals.
Damn. Okay.
Near, eh?
Yeah.
We gotta let Kyle know. We gotta let Kyle John. Someone call John.
Yeah,
Someone
yeah,
call
yeah.
John. Someone get John on the
We
line.
need the Super Bowl commercials. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Listen, is it time for the question?
Yep.
Oh fuck.
Okay.
What's the question?
Ausgod, we're the MBH podcast, bro. Money buys happiness.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of the term "money buys happiness"?
What do you mean money buys happiness? Like
That's what it
You-
means.
what
money,
it-
money.
that's it. What it-
Okay, hold on. Does money buy you happiness?
I've heard that it can get you a boat big enough to go right beside it. that's the term that I've heard in the past. Does money buy happiness? No. I mean, I think it allows you to do a lot of things that can make you happy, if we're talking literally here.
Literally.
But I think all said and done, if you'd be, poor or you'd be a billionaire, at the end of the day, like, it comes down to the people that are surrounding you and the people in your life and the people that impact your life, because you can't fucking buy that with money.
Yeah.
True.
I don't know if that's a basic answer, but
Yeah, it's good. No, it's pretty good. You can't buy friends, is what you're saying.
well, yeah, it's
Genuine
just like-
friends.
Genuine friends.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a cool name.
But we see the watch though, eh? Don't think we don't see the watch.
Yeah,
eh?
yeah, no.
Makes you a little happy. Come on, come
of
on.
course, of
We
course.
saw the whip. We saw the whip too, bro. Come on.
You're happy. Come on.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
No.
I think it's a cool benchmark to kind of like know that you're on the right move and you're on the right track, and investing that into other things that will make you or your family or your friends or whatever like more happy too. I think that's a cool thing. That's a really fucked up question though.
It is a fuck. It's tough because we talk about your life and then like, all right, does money buy
It's like,
happiness?
fuck.
No, good answer though. Good answer. Okay, guys. I mean, fuck, Jesus Christ. Listen, if you made it this far, like, subscribe, do the fucking duties. I said it earlier.
Go buy some subs.
Yeah,
Please.
Listen, look at the subs. I'm not even gonna say anything. Just look at them. We've been drinking them. That's how this conversation's been fucking rolling. It's been groovy. But Austin, bro, first of all, congratulations on all your success. You've absolutely killed it. I know
Thank
you're
you, boys.
inspiring a ton of other creators and just people in general. So keep it up. Like, keep fucking killing it. I can only imagine, what's next for you and what you're gonna do here at this company. We appreciate you, taking the time.
Thanks for
Sit
having me
down with
on.
us. No, dude, it was
Anytime,
a
bro,
pleasure. It was a
anytime.
pleasure.
These boys, I'm just gonna interject here.
Okay.
These boys have been grinding. Kyle was talking about them like for time, and he's always been kind of like speaking highly of you guys. I've been seeing the shit you guys have been doing. It's great. You guys have that work ethic that I was talking about. So
Thank
just
you.
kind of keep doing that, and we'll be fucking good.
No, I appreciate
Thanks,
that, bro.
bro.
Yeah,
That
man.
means a
We
lot.
and we take a lot of what we've done and inspo from you guys and what you're doing here. So we're happy to be a part of the team.
Fuck yeah. Welcome.
Let's
Thank
make magic.
you.
Let's
Thank
go,
you.
baby.
On that note, we love you guys. Thank you for watching. We are out.